Although the White House card is still like 3 or 4 months away, I figured now would be a perfect time for me to discuss what fights I think will be on the White House card because there's no UFC this Saturday. And then after that, we got UFC Houston and we got some amazing fight nights in this February. So I want to make more videos on that. And I figured that now would be a perfect time for me to talk about the White House card. And I want to talk about the prelims, main card, title fights, whatever fights I think need to be on the White House card, how I think the White House card should look. I know that Donald Trump and Dana White were talking about 6, 7, 8, 9 title fights, something like that. I don't think so. All right, I do not think that there's going to be 6 title fights. Maybe 3, maybe 4 if we're lucky. Maybe we'll get 4 title fights. 2 of them will be women's title fights, but I don't know. I just feel like Dana's been really underperforming recently as an owner and promoter of the sport, and I feel like he's going to underperform or under what is it like? I feel like Dana White might bring a little bit of a disappointing White House card to us in June. But yeah, I mean, first I want to discuss guys that I believe are going to be absolute locks for the White House card. Maybe I don't know exactly who they're going to fight, but I feel like Dana definitely is going to have these guys on the card, like starting off like, or for example, a guy like Derek Lewis. I think Derek Lewis is 1,000% going to be a lock for the White House card. I don't know who he's going to fight. Whoever he fights, I don't know, but I definitely think he's going to be on the White House card. That is for sure. So Derek Lewis is going to be a guy that I think is for sure going to be on the White House card. I also think that Bo Nickel is going to find his way onto the prelims of the White House card just because it's Bo Nickel. He's an American wrestler, and I feel like I don't know. Dana really seems to like Bo Nickel a little bit too much. So, especially after that head kick KO, I think he's probably going to push him up, maybe even put him on like the main card of the White House card, even though he better not do that because he did put Bo Nickel on the main card of UFC 300 over Yuri Prohaska and Alexander Rakic and over Aljamain Sterling, who just lost his belt to Sean O'Malley. But another guy that I think is definitely going to be on the prelims of the White House card is old Mikey Chandler. Michael Chandler, I think, is definitely going to be a lock for the White House card. Dana White is going to have to put him on here. I don't think he's going to get Conor McGregor, Paddy Pimblett, or Max Holloway, or any of those huge names that he's asking for, but I do think that he's going to be on there. Maybe it'll be against a guy like Renato Moicano or something like that, but I definitely think that Michael Chandler is going to find his way on the White House card, and those are 3 guys that I think are absolute locks for the prelims. Another guy that seems to be a real hot topic on the White House card is Conor McGregor and who he's going to fight, if he even fights, if his return comes on the White House card, because he's saying that he's locked in. He claims that he's training, and apparently he's been in the USADA testing pool as well, and he's already been tested twice in 2026, so it seems like he could be ready to possibly make a return on the White House card. And I think if he fights, although it'll be a super stupid, disappointing fight, I do think that Conor McGregor is probably going to fight Jorge Masvidal or maybe Michael Chandler, but I really don't think that Michael Chandler fight's going to happen. Dana White says that he doesn't want to make it anymore. Michael Chandler or Conor McGregor says that it's not going to happen anymore, and I really, really do feel like they might make Jorge Masvidal versus Conor McGregor. It's a pretty even matchup when it comes to these fighters' skill sets because Jorge Masvidal is absolutely old, washed up, out of his prime, and Conor McGregor, although he's not as old as Jorge Masvidal and as washed up as Jorge Masvidal, he has been partying, not locked in, out of the game. We don't even know if Conor McGregor can find his way into an octagon, so I don't even know if McGregor's going to be able to get in there to step into the cage, so it'll be hard for me to pick Conor McGregor to beat anybody, even if it is Jorge Masvidal, who hasn't fought in years and is retired and looked terrible when he was fighting in the UFC towards the end of his career and absolutely should not be coming back. But if he did fight Conor McGregor, I feel like he could get a win there. But I mean, I don't know. Even if Conor McGregor did fight, I wouldn't even really care that much. Conor McGregor, you're old news, dude. If you fight Jorge Masvidal, neither of you guys are going to be close to a ranked spot. Like, Conor McGregor would lose to, like, Esteban Ribovic at lightweight, you know? He's losing to these ranked guys at lightweight. He's losing to Nasrat Kakprast. He'd lose to Quillian Salkild. He would lose to these unranked lightweights. I don't think that McGregor's good anymore, and I could really care less if he fights, but if he does, I do think that he would fight probably Jorge Masvidal, I guess. Some big-time title fights that I'm fairly confident will be on the White House card is Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje for the undisputed lightweight championship. Both guys hold the belt as Justin Gaethje's the interim champ after beating Paddy Pimblett, which is one of the most ridiculous interim titles ever, but yeah, he did win the interim belt, and I think that he's going to go onto the White House lawn, represent his country, fight for his country, try to win that belt, and get knocked out in less than a minute by Ilia Topuria because Justin Gaethje stands absolutely no chance. I'm sorry. I do like Justin Gaethje. He looked pretty fun against Paddy Pimblett. All of his fights are amazing. And man, I really, really do hope he goes up there and shocks the world and beats Ilia Topuria. But I really do not think that's going to happen. I do not think Justin Gaethje stands much of a chance in this fight. And I really don't think any of you guys watching this would disagree with me here. So other fights that I want to talk about, or other title fights that I want to talk about, is Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison, which I'm fairly confident will be on the White House card because they were supposed to fight a few months ago or a couple weeks ago, but they pulled out like a month ago or so whenever Amanda Nunes pulled out, or whenever Kayla Harrison pulled out with the neck injury. They were supposed to fight on UFC 324, the same card as Paddy and Gaethje, but Kayla Harrison pulled out. She says that she wants to run it back on the White House, or run the first, not run it back, but just run it on the White House. And I think that Dana White wants to do it. It sounds like they're probably going to do it, and I don't really see why they wouldn't do it. Kayla Harrison seems like a White House representative type of American UFC champion, so I feel like they probably would put Kayla Harrison on there. But another fight where I don't really care that much about it because I don't really think of it as that big of a fight. I mean, it's a WMA fight. Amanda Nunes is old. And besides this fight, bantamweight has absolutely nothing. Like, the winner of this fight, there's nothing at bantamweight. If Amanda Nunes wins, gets the belt, and retires, bantamweight, women's bantamweight, there's absolutely nothing there. They'd probably have to shut that division down. But the best fight that I think will be on the White House card is Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan. I'm so excited for this fight. I'm very, very confident that Dana White's going to make it happen. Sean O'Malley just got a win over Song Yadong, and he looked pretty good. You know, it took him a little bit to get going. He definitely had that 5-round mentality going into the fight. I think he started a little bit too slow, but in that third round, he seriously picked it up and turned the heat up on Song Yadong, and I think that he won the first round and the third round fairly clearly. He called out Petr Yan. They've been talking about it on the White House card. Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley, the rematch, 5 rounds for the bantamweight title, and I think that Sean O'Malley would get it done, man. I really, really do think that Sean O'Malley would get it done. Sean O'Malley is the only guy that has been able to really test Petr Yan's striking. I mean, even in their first fight that they had, Sean O'Malley won the fight. Very, very close fight. But the only reason why Petr Yan was able to arguably win was because he got like 6 or 7 takedowns on Sean O'Malley. And on the feet, the striking, Sean O'Malley definitely had him beat there. And I think that long, rangy style of Sean O'Malley can give Petr Yan a lot of problems. And in a 5-rounder, I could definitely see him winning. But that fight I'm extremely excited for. And the whole White House card in general, I'm extremely excited for. Let me know what fights you guys think are going to be on there. Let me know if you guys think any of these fights that I said you think are going to be on there, what fights I missed. If you guys think I'm wrong on my predictions or whatever it is. If you guys like the video, subscribe to my channel, and who's with me?